So I bought a lot of books. Welcome to my massive book haul. Somehow for the intro, I have to pick up all the books. I don't think that's gonna be possible. Ugh. Okay, I mean, there is no way. I can't reach the bottom. Here we go. Okay, oh, that was exhausting. So as you just saw, I bought a ton of books because Amazon was having a memorial sale. It's that stack right there. It's a lot of books, but also it's not at the same time. I'll explain why, but let's just dive right into this massive book haul. Wait, I don't even know how many I bought. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 22 books. So let's dive in. So the reason I say it's not a ton of books is because a lot of these are Kindle trophies, which is essentially when you buy a physical copy of a Kindle book that you've already read. I always get my Kindle books from the library, so then when I buy them, okay, girl math, it's free. I already read it, it's just a little trophy. Kidding, not kidding, but anyway. First thing I bought was the entire Throne of Glass series, and I could not be more proud to own this series. Ugh, it is like my favorite series of all time. I'm currently on a tandem read of these two right here. If you haven't read this series yet, y'all, you have to. You simply must. As an ACOTAR girly, I am loving Throne of Glass. I might even say I love it more. I don't know. Anyways, the order of reading can change depending on which vibe you want, I guess. But if you don't already know, Throne of Glass is written by Sarah J. Maas. It follows Selena Sardathian, who is an assassin. She lives in a corrupt kingdom with a corrupt king. Magic is outlawed, and that's all I can really say before I spoil it. But let's just say there is like so much character development. There's a little bit of romance here and there. There's girl friendships. There's overcoming craziness. There's so many battles. I can't even explain how good this series is. It's like everything you would want in a book. I'm sure that trope is in here somewhere. Okay, because there are 8 of them. Technically it's 7.5 because this one right here, Assassin's Blade, is a prequel. I personally read Assassin's Blade first and then went in order. So you can read it, let me back up so you can see the whole series. You can read it in this order with Assassin's Blade first and then just in the regular order. Or you can read Throne of Glass and then Crown of Midnight, then Assassin's Blade, then Heir of Fire. I think you can also read it Throne of Glass, Assassin's Blade, then Crown of Midnight. I don't see that being very popular. The really only 2 options that most people do is first or third. The reason I recommend reading it first is because it makes you invested in the characters. So you already get some background information, nothing's left up to like mystery. There's also something massive that happens at the end of this book that will be referenced in almost every single one of the books. But this was not written when these books came out. I think it was written after all the books, to be honest. But anyway, people say that this with Assassin's Blade 3rd is the more emotional reading because you hear about the thing that happens at the end of this book and then you get like the full reveal. So if you like mystery, if you want to read it in the way that Sarah J. Maas herself recommends, read it in this order with Assassin's Blade 3rd. If you don't want to have mystery and you want to know what they're talking about, read it first. I don't necessarily have regrets of reading it first, but I am going to be rereading it because I wasn't attached to the characters until I got into Throne of Glass. So I really need to reread it to get like the full emotional, just everything out of it. But like there's so much referenced in the first 2 books about Assassin's Blade that I'm really glad I went into it knowing. Okay, so that was kind of a side rant on this like haul just because I had to talk about Throne of Glass. Anyways, I have Kingdom of Ash left, and then I also have to finish the tandem read, which I'm like halfway through both of them. There's the first thing for my haul. The next thing are these 3 massive books, which I didn't realize were so big. This is the Crescent City series, which comes after the Throne of Glass series. So I officially now own all of Sarah J. Maas's books. Does this come in a paperback and I'm stupid and bought the hardcover because, what is this? Excuse me, what? I also don't even know what order you're supposed to read them in. I want to say you start with House of Earth and Blood, and then I think this is the new one. So I think House of Breath and Sky is the second one. These are so big. Okay, so I think The order goes like this. I'm taking a break before I get into these after Throne of Glass, so I will figure it out before I start them, obviously. But my recommended reading order for Sarah J. Maas is to start with her ACOTAR series, which is what got me into reading. Then to read Throne of Glass, then Crescent City. People say that you need to read Throne of Glass and ACOTAR before Crescent City. I don't know because I haven't read them yet. You can also read Throne of Glass and then ACOTAR. If you're more of a romance person and you're not too into fantasy, read ACOTAR first to introduce you into the fantasy world. If you like fantasy, less romance, start with Throne of Glass. I think there are great aspects of both fantasy and romance in both of them. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. This one takes place in like modern day, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea. I just hear amazing things about these, but they're so big. Wish me luck. Why am I like out of breath every time I do these videos? Okay, now that we got the chaos out of the way, the next book I got was Powerful. This is a little novella that just came out. It is by Lauren Roberts. It comes after the Powerless book, and the Powerless series. Reckless comes out in July. This is a novella that follows one of the main characters, Adina, from the first book, and if you read Powerless, then you know what happens in Powerless, and so I haven't read this yet. I'm excited to get into it. It's just like a quick, I think 200 pages, so I could knock this out in like one quick sitting. Plus it's like literally tiny, but I'm excited to read about Adina. Then for this month's book club, my sister chose An Ember in the Ashes. I really need to start this because it is already like a week into June. We're supposed to have the book club in June. This is also a series, fantasy series. So I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what it's about. I have read the first chapter and I'm like, okay, we can get into it. I'm pretty sure it's one of those ones where there's like an empire, defiance is met with death, they challenge the empire, and we just go from there. I'm excited to read it. I've heard actually really good things about this, and it was actually on my TBR on Goodreads from before I even really became a reader, so I think I'll like it if I already put it on there. This is so bad, but part of the reason I haven't picked up the book club book yet is because the cover, I don't like this cover, and there are actually new covers that just got released, and I hate to say that I judge a book by a cover, but I most certainly do. And they're so cute. Now I want the whole series and the new cover, which made me motivated to pick this up. So I'll be reading it sooner than I thought. And then I'm so excited to read the Folk of the Air series, The Cruel Prince, Queen of Nothing, and The Wicked King. I've heard amazing things about these books. I'm a fantasy girly at heart, and I really prefer books if they don't have any spice in it, which is why I love Powerless and that whole series. Hopefully she keeps it as like YA, no spice, but I've also heard that these ones are amazing for that as well. I don't really know what they're about, but I assume it follows the same kind of like fantasy vibes, and I'm very excited to dive into this and get to know the characters. Okay, if you don't like fantasy, we're moving on past the fantasy. These are gonna be my summer reads. First is Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. If you haven't seen my video of me reading Colleen Hoover books for a week, please go watch it. Then you can know my opinion on Colleen Hoover. But let's just say that this book does not read like a Colleen Hoover book. I was beyond shocked how good this book was, and I really related to it on a lot of levels. Oh, this is a Kindle trophy. Sorry, forgot to mention that. I read it on my Kindle and was like, I must have that in my library because are you kidding me? This is a 5-star read for me. I absolutely love this book. I could actually talk about this for like 20 minutes, okay? It takes place in Texas, right outside of Houston, this little peninsula by Galveston, beach town, summer fling. There is a little bit of spice in this book, but it was nothing that was really off-putting for someone who doesn't like spice. It was more like love romance, so yes. The Summer of Broken Rules. I'm so excited to read this. I've heard so many good things about it on Book Talk. This is on my June TBR. Pretty much all of these books are on my June TBR. But I just needed a bunch of like cute, fun summer books. And so I got on TikTok, of course, Book Talk, shout out to Book Talk, and just got a bunch of them. And if they have a pink cover, even better. What a cute, like imagine reading this by the pool. Like that'd be a cute pick, you know? So we have that one. And then I also got Picking Daisies on Sundays. I think this one is like a family reunion wedding thing. Oh wait, maybe that's a different one. Oh, sorry, no. I think that might be, I don't know, it's one of these is about like a wedding. This is the family reunion wedding one. Okay, yeah. This one is childhood best friends fake dating at a sister's wedding. So I'm excited to get into this. I do love fake dating tropes, so this will be fun. Also pink, to read by the pool. This one's actually like my favorite pink. It's the perfect pink, it's so cute. It matches my pillows. Okay, beach read. I did read beach read. Not a Kindle trophy. I actually had the book and read it by the pool because I was thinking, oh my gosh, cute beach read. Same as like pool vibes. I'll just read it. It'll be cute, light, fun. It didn't really do it for me. You guys can watch my 24-hour read to get my full review on beach read by Emily Henry. I am gonna give another Emily Henry book a try. I have Funny Story on my Kindle right now, but maybe I just had not good expectations. I thought it was gonna be a cute, fun romance. That's not really what this is. I didn't really like it. Sorry. Moving on. My first one, Abby Jimenez. I've heard so many good things about her as an author. I got Just for the Summer and then found out that this is a part of standalone series. So I think you're supposed to actually read this one last. I don't know if it's that important or not, but I'm sure I will end up buying them all. But for now, we've got that like pinkish theme going on. This will look cute by the pool to read. I actually don't know what this is about. Oh my gosh, wait, is this fake dating too? If they date each other, their curses will cancel out and they'll go on to find their soulmate. Okay, cool, perfect. And then I got Every Summer After. I've also heard really good things about this author, Carly Fortune. Oh, Emily Henry literally left a little note on it, but I didn't like Emily Henry's book, so hopefully I like this book. I've heard that her books are really good because the way that she the way that she writes her scenery, like you feel like you're there. And then I actually saw someone, I think on TikTok, say that the author said, oh my gosh, that was a lot. I heard here that they said she writes based on places that she's been that mean a lot to her, like they're like letters to the places she's been essentially, and that's why she goes so in depth about the scenery, so you really feel like you're there. It looks like this one is either a lake or potentially a beach, but I'm excited to dive in. And I'm going to the beach literally next week, so I don't know what books I'll bring, but I'll definitely have to bring some of my books. I just realized that the air in my house is off. I'm like, my face is red, I am sweating, I am hot from this, but those are all 22, I think I said, books that I bought. I'm so excited to get into reading, which technically I've already read like half the books that I bought because they're Kindle trophies. But my best advice is literally free from the Libby app on your Kindle. Then if you like the book, then you can buy it in person. But now I think, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a Kindle reading girly. And for like massive books, like Throne of Glass or whatever, it is really nice on the Kindle. I fly through books. But I read Beach Read, physical copy, by the pool. And it was just so nice. Like you can't get away from that feeling, you know? Just, imagine not being able to do this. It's so satisfying to flip a page. Imagine, okay, don't make fun of me. I read my books like this. Imagine not being able to do this, and then you get to the end and you can see how far you've read. Oh, I love it. So back to physical books, and soon I'm gonna put in like a giant bookshelf here and grow my little library as this channel keeps growing. I'll keep getting more books, and because I like to read. I'm gonna do like the IKEA bookshelf hack, but I'll probably use Target bookshelves because we don't have an IKEA here, and put like probably 4-ish, maybe 5 bookshelves on this wall. And then I could sit here and have all my books behind me. It would be so great. Now I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Those are all the books that I bought for the Memorial Amazon sale. Comment down below any books you think that I would really enjoy. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.